Are you tired of the afternoon crash stealing your productivity, energy and happiness every single day? What if I told you that there is a way, there is a possibility to maintain that morning energy all day long? Sounds too good to be true? I know, but I spent the last 2 years working on this because I wanted to improve my energy. I read countless studies, listened to countless experts and tried countless things myself. Like really a lot. And in that time I learned so much and tweaked my lifestyle to now finally be energetic pretty much all day long. And in this video I will share with you 7 steps to get there yourself as well. I could easily give you 30 steps to be honest and talk hours about this, but those 7 steps will give you a very good foundation already. And I also have a very important bonus tip at the end. So are you ready to finally reclaim your energy? The energy you had as a child? So then let's get into this. Now the first step is to put your f***ing phone away, okay? Just remove it, put it out of your sight, place it somewhere else, just don't have it around you. Because the truth is, and you may not like it, but honestly it's the truth and I don't care if you like it. Your phone, and it was the same for me, it still is the same for me, is the biggest productivity killer and also the biggest energy killer that you probably use way too much. Now what the phone does very well is giving you free, instant, easy dopamine, right? You lie on bed, you don't do shit, you pull your phone out, you open Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, whatever, you scroll and you feel good. It feels good in the moment, you're alright, you're busy, you're not bored, you feel like you're doing something. Whether it's connecting, feeling like you're actually learning stuff or whatever it is, right? But all it does, especially when you do it over and over again, all the time, for days, weeks, years, is it just makes you less willing to do real work in the real world. And it's becoming such an important topic actually. More and more people do a phone detox or a dopamine detox where they just don't use their phone because they realized how bad it is for your motivation. And motivation is energy. If you are super motivated to do something, you will also be energetic. Other factors play into energy, but motivation is a very big one. And that's one aspect of putting your phone away. Just not using it, getting used to not using it, and actually putting in the work for dopamine. That's one thing. But another big thing is actually the productivity that gets lost when you have your phone with you all the time. Studies have shown that your productivity is way worse simply when you have your phone inside. Like you could be at your desk. Okay, you don't see it, but this is my desk in front of me. And I could have my phone on the side. Okay? Okay. I don't even want to check it. I'm not expecting messages or anything. It's just there on the desk and my productivity will be so much worse. Again, studies have proven this. And maybe just ignore the studies for now. Ask yourself, if you have your phone inside, does it maybe sometimes distract you? Do you check it although you don't really know why? You're just bored? You just feel like, oh, maybe my crush texted me. She didn't again. She's just taking a nap though. It's just true, and it's been something that really reduced my productivity for a long time. And it also just stops you from getting into a flow state. If you don't know what a flow state is, search it up. I'm not gonna waste time explaining it, but when you don't get into flow state, the work will feel much harder. And that's also gonna be more energy draining, which makes you more tired, less productive, all those things, right? So first step is to just put your phone away. Got it? Good. Let's move on. Step number 2 is to actually eat less. Now before you're in your head thinking like, oh no, this doesn't make sense. Food gives you energy, right? Let me just explain, okay? Yes, food gives you energy. If you don't eat for a long enough period of time, you will die, okay? So of course I'm not saying to stop eating or also not to really eat less in total. Maybe I should put it to eat less early in the day. And that is especially true if you do mental or cognitive work. If you're working on a PC, working with your phone or anything that is not physical labor. Now why? Why would you do that? It's pretty much about 2 aspects. The first one is intermittent fasting, so just not eating for a longer period of time, which has some health benefits, but for the sake of this video, it also makes you more energetic. Again, especially if you do mental work. Because when you just not eat early in the morning, if you never tried it, just please try it, okay? Don't eat, but just get ready for the day and then sit down to work, okay? And what you will find is that you have less brain fog and more mental clarity. It really does work. Yes, it will be a bit uncomfortable at first because you just have to get used to skipping breakfast or rather moving it back in the day. But that early morning mental clarity, that attention, that focus can really help you put in productive work, of course, but to also be a bit more energetic in the morning. If you don't believe it, I get it. We're all being told from 1 year on, like breakfast is so important, you need breakfast. If you don't eat breakfast, oh no, you're gonna die. But the truth is, you don't really need it that much. So that's one aspect. Better clarity, better focus, and you can also use it as motivation. Say to yourself, okay, I'm gonna do this work, I'm gonna do this one task, whatever it is, for the next 2 or 3 hours, and then I eat, because I deserve it. And that can be motivation, which, as I said earlier, is a big part of energy. That's aspect one. The second aspect of eating less or eating less early in the day. Then when you eat, when you have your breakfast or also for lunch, I would really recommend you, if you want to be energetic all day long, if you don't want the afternoon crash, to eat until you're about 60% full max. Because what happens usually for most people, they eat lunch at 12 or 1 p.m. or whenever, it doesn't really matter. They eat until they're full and then they are tired.
Wow!
Especially when they had carbs for their lunch, they just end up tired, brain fog, no focus, no motivation. And if you look at your life, maybe you've been there a couple times before yourself. I've been as well, okay? You eat a big pasta meal or rice or whatever. You eat until you're full, but then you just end up with brain fog. Again, no energy, and it's just awful. So for breakfast, for lunch, early in the day, just eat until you're 60% full. You can eat low carb as well, but I get that's very difficult for some people. If you eat carbs, then just eat until you're 60% full. That's aspect number 2 of eating less early in the day. Now, step number 3 is to fix your sleep. I know, you know, that sleep is important, so I'm not gonna waste time. But also I had to include it because sleep is probably the biggest factor for energy. Try not sleeping for a whole night and then look at your energy. So simply, what you have to do, sleep long enough. 7 to 8 hours is recommended. In the winter you need more sleep. Find out how much you need. Get high quality sleep, right? So eat 2 to 3 hours before you go to bed. Don't drink anything about 2 hours before bed, because then you wake up less often. Wear a sleeping mask and earplugs if you need to, and just try to sleep the whole night in a cold room, by the way, as well, and that's gonna maximize your sleep quality. Also, no alcohol or other drugs before that. Then sleep at consistent times. Doesn't have to be at the same time every single day. What Andrew Huberman says, and I think that's a pretty good approach, is to try to be there 80% of the time. Sometimes life gets in the way, sometimes you want to be out with your friends in the evening, whatever, right? But try to sleep about 80% of the time at the same times. Got it? Let's go to step number 4. And step number 4 is to move your body, aka either walk, which is the simplest form and something you can do every single day. Just walk around, like go outside, get some sunlight in your face. Maybe just go for a walk or walk to the supermarket, walk to work, walk to school, whatever. Just move your body a bit. Don't be at home all day long, sit at your desk. And then maybe if you do go outside, be in your car all the time. In the simplest form, moving your body just means to walk around sometimes, okay? And maybe also stretch. That's probably good, although I will admit I don't really do that, but it's not gonna be bad. Second form, which takes more commitment, more energy maybe at first, is to exercise, right? Actual exercise. And that's the interesting thing about exercise. You may think, oh, working out, that's gonna take my energy, that's gonna make me tired, right? And you're not really wrong. At first it may make you tired, but then also it will make you more energetic in the future. And that has been proven endless times, okay? So don't even try to argue it. Physical exercise is not a choice, it's so important for your body, for your health, for your mood, but also for your energy. So get your ass up and work out. At least like 2 to 3 times a week, just 30 to 60 minutes. That's already probably 80% of what you need to do. Because yes, you can work out every single day for 1.5 hours, but if you don't really like doing it, just exercise a little bit. It's gonna make you more energetic, it's gonna improve your mood, it's gonna improve your health, and so much more. Step number 5 is to take proper breaks. Now, as we just talked about exercise, you can actually use that for a break, which can be really smart and good for your energy throughout the day as well. So what I mean, during your lunch break, for example, you just go to the gym and exercise for a bit, or you go for a run, whatever. And if you don't work out like a maniac for 2 hours, you will feel much more energetic afterwards. You will also have more dopamine, and like I said, some other things as well. That's a good option. If you don't have that option available, if you can't really work out during your lunch break, or you just want to take a different approach to your breaks, you still need breaks, okay? As much as I wish I could work like all day long with high energy all the time, although I am aware work smarter, not harder. F you if I can work harder and smarter. It's always gonna be better. Don't ignore working smart, but that's a topic for another video. Being energetic for a long period of time is not easy, and it's very, very natural that you will lose some energy as you go through the day. It's natural that you will have the most focus, alertness and energy in the morning after you literally just slept, and that energy will go down throughout the day. That's just how we are. That's just our body. That's just biology, okay? So as a side note, don't ignore that. But a way that you can manipulate this a bit is by taking proper breaks. And specifically, I mean to give your brain a break. Because usually what I think you do and most people do is to do some kind of work with their brain. It's quite logical to us that we need physical breaks when we do physical labor, where we just sit down or lie down or whatever to recharge. But we also need that for our brain, and you cannot ignore it. So what works very well for me, what has been proven in studies as well, I'm very sure, and what will be working for you, is to give your brain breaks. And that means to work, whatever you do, then take a break. I'm not gonna tell you like, okay, work for 15 minutes, 10 minutes break, or 25 minutes, 5-minute break, whatever. Different techniques can work for that, but take a break where you don't bombard your brain with more information, scroll like crazy on Instagram or whatever. Give your brain a break, okay? It's so important, don't ignore this. So what you do is you look out the window, you cook something, you do the dishes, you fold your clothes, you mop the floor, or you plant, you give water to your plants. I don't know the word right now. Yeah, you water your plants. Or again, you just go for a walk, you look around, you see nature. That's also going to be very important and very good for your brain to recharge. Because you can't work all the time efficiently. So give your brain time to relax, to recharge, and then get back to the grind. Got it? Good. And step number 6 is to work on your mental health. Now that's especially gonna be true for people with bad mental health. And I'm not even talking about like anxiety, depression and like crazy stuff, but simply just not really feeling right, not really feeling good, being a bit sad, unmotivated and all that stuff. Because that of course will decrease your energy. I've been there countless times before. My life had plenty of ups and downs, but every time I was feeling down, despite still being optimistic and knowing, okay, better times are about to come, whatever. Every time you're down there, your mental health is bad, you're feeling unmotivated, you're feeling bad. Every time you will be less energetic. When you feel good, when you're happy, when you're enjoying life, when you have a purpose, you are traveling, you're really enjoying yourself, like could be anything for you, right? But if your mental health is up here, you're really feeling good, of course you will have much more energy. And of course that energy will be there throughout the day. You probably kind of know this, but I feel like it's often not really talked about when it comes to tips for being more energetic and stuff like that. You can do all the right physical habits, but if your mental health is bad, your energy will still be bad too. And then lastly, before I tell you the bonus tip afterwards, you need a purpose and goals. Also don't underestimate this, okay? Goals literally drive you forward. Why would you put any energy into anything if it's not to reach a certain outcome? And that's a goal, okay? You study to get a degree, for example. You apply for a job to get that job. You exercise regularly to maybe look better or to be healthier. You eat a certain way to be healthier. All those things, we all do whatever we do for the future, for a certain outcome. And that's why having goals will be super important. If you have no goals and you're just wandering, strolling through life, what do you think your brain is going to tell you? Let's go, be energetic, do shit, like do this, do that, whatever. Or will your brain tell you, okay, what are we even doing? Okay, just chill for now, maybe save up your energy. Hold up, who knows when we're gonna eat next? Oh, okay. You get what I'm trying to tell you. If you don't have goals, if you don't have something to work towards, something that motivates you, which again leads to energy, of course you won't be energetic, okay? So having goals is very important, and having a purpose, I think, is even above that. Because having a purpose, really knowing what you want to do, what you want your life to be like, why you're doing certain things, that's going to give you endless energy pretty much forever. If you look at the most energetic people, people who work all the time, who are always doing something apparently, they all do it because they have a purpose. They're working for their purpose. And if you ever felt like you had a purpose for some time, then you know how important and how beneficial that can be for your energy. So at least have goals, but if you have a purpose, that's even better, because a purpose is even stronger than goals. It will make you get out of bed in the morning, it will make you focus during the day, and it will make you work until you go to bed again, because you really want to achieve your purpose. It's actually really, really good for energy. And then lastly, I'm just including this as a bonus tip because I'm not going to talk about it again and tell you the same thing again, but wait for 90 minutes before your first caffeine. Really trust me on this. It's very, very important too. But with that out of the way, I'm gonna end this video here. If all this still doesn't work, or you don't think it's gonna work, I have so much more advice. You can watch this or this video, which can also help you to be more energetic, and you're definitely gonna learn something new in there as well. And also just feel free to subscribe, because I'm talking about maximizing your energy and especially how to stay energetic for the entire day. And with all that being said now, stay excellent, have a great day, and bye.